All right, back to weather now, and here in southern Colorado, this is what we're seeing from Monument, thanks to our Community Banks of Colorado camera there. I know, Mary, you were saying the chances of rain are decreasing today, but those clouds look a little much like they're carrying some moisture there.
Yeah, it's decreasing, but doesn't mean it's zero. We've still got an isolated storm chance here in downtown Colorado Springs through about 8 p.m., but it just won't be quite as widespread as what we had yesterday evening and last night. Maybe you slept through it. If you did, it was quite the gully washer, especially in Monument. Isolated storm chance this evening for Colorado Springs. You can see a little bit of virga happening here where the rain is falling from the clouds there, but likely evaporating before it reaches the surface. Cheyenne Mountain is where we are with this camera, kind of looking over downtown Colorado Springs right now. Our southern mountains will actually pick up on the heavy mountain rain. That will be the location where flood watches are still in effect across the Sangre de Cristos and parts of the San Luis Valley or areas closer to Castilla County. So our southern mountains tonight, that flooding threat stays pretty high. We'll still have some wind and the possibility of some small hail. Tornadic activity is really not present in our dynamics this evening. Notice here that flood watch encompasses the central and southern Sangre de Cristos, Huerfano County, portions of eastern Castilla County, and western Los Animas County. That's in effect until 9 p.m. this evening. That just means that the conditions are very favorable for additional aerial flooding, which means heavy rain over a short period of time will overwhelm certain rivers and tributaries and funnel down into those low-lying locations. We still have a flash flood warning in effect just around La Vida until 6:45 p.m. A newly issued flash flood warning just around Cripple Creek and southern Teller County until 7:15 p.m. Those storms will continue that southerly progression over the next couple of hours. Isolated storm chance, this is about your 20% chance. That's what that looks like in Colorado Springs. A lot of people, it's kind of interesting that it can be very confusing, but percentage of the probability of precipitation is more so has to do with coverage area. So that's your 20% right there. Just a little lingering storm right in Colorado Springs. So most locations will actually stay pretty dry this evening. And then as we lose daytime heating, storms will start to erode, fall apart before about 9 p.m. So again, Colorado Springs to the west and to the north of the downtown area, we could see an isolated storm through about 6 p.m. and then we'll be drying out overnight tonight. High pressure rules the forecast across most of the southwestern tier of the U.S., and that's going to lead to more sunshine for us on Tuesday and afternoon highs a little bit warmer. You're waking up with some sunshine tomorrow morning. It's going to be a gorgeous start to the day. Going to be humming along because it's, we got to stay positive, right? It's not Friday yet. It's only Tuesday. We're almost there. Glass half full, right? We're looking at some heavier storms, though, west of Pagosa Springs around Telluride, the Central Mountain Valley. Look how isolated these storms are going to be, though, for the afternoon and evening time frame. And then we'll be looking at mostly dry conditions. Isolated storms possible around Springfield tomorrow evening. Otherwise, most of the downtown area of Colorado Springs stays dry tomorrow. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s around Woodland Park, around 86 degrees in Colorado Springs. So we are a little bit warmer tomorrow. You probably noticed it was very nice and pleasant out there today, and that was as a result of that front that moved through yesterday, which actually was the providing factor for most of those very heavy, slow-moving storms last night. 90s for the southeastern plains. Gradual warming trend in the forecast for Teller County, Woodland Park. You'll feel those temperatures start to warm into the low 80s the latter half of the work week. We do look a little bit more stormy as we move into the upcoming weekend and early next week as our probability for precipitation starts to get a lot higher. Pueblo, 90 degrees tomorrow, mostly dry. It's really just a rinse and repeat setup from that point forward for most of the work week for Pueblo, Pueblo West. Canyon City at 90 tomorrow, and then mainly steady highs in the upper 80s to low 90s for the next several days, along with Colorado Springs. Back to you guys.
All right, Mary, thanks. Thinking about getting a new job? You should sleep on it. Literally. A mattress brand is hiring Casper sleepers to snooze for a